Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, in this occasion, I want to talk about understanding DHCP or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So, as you know, the DHCP is used by router to client in order topology that is like WAN, LAN, and any others that DHCP is useful. Okay, DHCP is a protocol used to facilitate the automatically development of IP address Internet protocol to other device. Without it, the configuration would be manual, would have to be done manually on each computer. In order to get a different IP address, this will constantly be inconvenient and time consuming, especially if the configuration is done on a large network or WAN. IP address or IP address itself is a series of number on a device that is like how to say alamat? Like address, yeah, of number on a device that allows your device to connect to the internet. If your PC or the device not have IP address, you don't get the network or internet. So you can access web page, email, and more. By using DHCP, the IP address can be shared to many devices at one time automatically. That's why this device or this DHCP is readily applied to both small and large scale networks. Okay, so in this I want to talk about difference between the DHCP client and server. Okay, the DHCP client and server. In corporate network, there are terms server and client. So, server is a device that stores our data, manages our activity on the network, while the client is a device that requests service from the server. In DHCP, terms DHCP server and DHCP client are also known. So, what the difference between the two? DHCP server is a device whose job is to set and assign IP address to automatically to existing client computers. Meanwhile, computers or other devices such as cell phones that receive IP address from the DHCP server are called DHCP client. While the DHCP client is a device that receives network configuration from the DHCP server islands, the client device is in the network are usually numerous and can be in the form of various types of device. It can be a computer, laptop, printer, CCTV, and many other. DHCP function. Here are some DHCP server functions that you need to know. First is managing and distributing IP address. In general, the function of this device is to manage and facilitate the distribution of IP address to client computer. Second is prevent IP conflict. IP conflict occurs when two devices have the same IP address. If this happens, the device will certainly not be able to connect to network. like to device the same IP address, it can be used to to be able to connect to the network. 3 is automatically update IP address. The IP address assigned by the server usually has a period of use or an expiration date. If the IP address is still in use but has expired, you need to update or request new IP address, like in the router that is that has IP address explanation that to get the new IP address that client that router that is configuration DHCP, and the client is automatically DHCP automatically get IP address. So 4 is support IP address reuse. IP address that have been used can be reused by client computers. However, in order to reuse it necessary to uninstall that IP address is not being used by another computer. And how the DHCP works? So, in bottom line, when the user now turns on the computer and connect it to a server with this service, the computer will automatically request on IP address to get server. When the server is answer the request until the computer finally get an IP address and connect to the network. For simply is simply called as DORA, or discovery over request edge, or can be easy remember that is DORA. First is that first step is a discover. First is discover, IP address discover. This first stage is known as the discover stage. When the client connect to the network, the client will be look for a DHCP server that works on the network. The client will send DHCP discover message to the network subnet as using this destination address prefix /32. Once found, the client will request on an IP address that is available on the DHCP server. IP address over. Belum ditranslating. Okay, move on to number 3, IP release request. After receiving the offer from the DHCP server, the client then agrees to the offer made by sending a DHCP request message to the server. The content of the message is asking to learn one of the IP address available in the DHCP IP address pool, like this. And last is IP list acknowledge. In this last stage after the server receives a request message from the client, the server will send a message in the form of a DHCP packet to the client. This packet contains the IP address, list duration, and other configuration information that client may need. At the stage where the IP address is given, it means that the IP configuration process has been completely complete. After the IP address is assigned to the client, the server will close or out and mark to the IP address in their database. After this process is complete and successful, the client computer can use the network and exchange data with other client computer on the local area network or LAN. Okay, I think that is for me. I hope you can understanding this DHCP. Jelas saya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.